Get ready because we're about to dive in to the left side back pain series. And we're going to fill your toolkit up so that if you ever experience that pain or you've had a long day, have some injuries, you're going to have really good and helpful exercises that are going to be able to support you so that you can get yourself out of pain and move on with your day or get back into training and feel your best. So chances are you may have done a lot of stretches like this, like this, like this, and maybe you got more creative and did something like this. But if none of these things gave you real relief, the reason why is because the muscle is likely staying tight to keep you safe and stable. Because somewhere else in the body, something is not working as well as it could, and your left side has to do the work or has to stay tight basically to keep you safe. So the moment we can start to think, okay, my back pain is a symptom of something else, this gives me a different plan rather than the short-term fixes of the stretches, which, don't get me wrong, feel nice and sometimes we all need to do them, but they're not going to give you that lasting change. So for the first set of exercises, I'm going to do my best to keep it very simple, and then slowly as we go through the series, I'm going to get more advanced. So this way it gives you a chance to work up to wherever you are. And also, while this first exercise looks pretty simple in nature, it's actually a little bit tricky as some people are quite tight in their ribs and also struggle to kind of feel their feet in a very deep way. So just allow yourself to take the time it takes to go through the motions with this exercise and every other exercise too. So I'm first going to get you to start with a bit of a shift with your ribs, and notice when you do this shift first if you feel stuck or if you feel a little bit of release, especially as you shift to the right side. That left rib cage might feel a little bit freer. And then as you go back, you might feel compression. And then as you go back to the right, you're gonna feel a stretch. And then close your eyes when you do this and just allow your head to move with your body. And then notice the sensations in your feet. Notice how you shift to the left and then you shift to the right. But we are very careful that we don't go completely off to one side like that. So sometimes doing this in front of the mirror is really helpful. And then after you're just very carefully moving through this and feeling just a light sensation in the foot and the hip, I'm going to get you to go with your right arm, keeping your elbows straight. You're going to shift onto your left side. And then as we do that, we're going to imagine your ribs coming out like a fan, and you're going to feel length all the way through that right side. The head and the neck relaxes, and then your left hand is pressing into your thigh here. And then return back to center, and then we're going to shift to the right side, and this is going to be really important for that left side. So press into the right hand, press your right hand into your right thigh, shift, while still staying grounded with your feet on the floor, and feel that stretch on the left rib cage. And then just breathe in and out through your nose. And to get really juicy into this, I'm going to get you to take your left arm and just slightly bring it in front of you and gaze at your fingertips, while feeling your right arm engaged ever so slightly to support you here. You should feel how your left foot is anchored to the floor, but you also feel a very deep sensation into your right. And then slowly coming out of it. The next exercise we're going to do is sitting down, and you want to make sure you have awareness for both of your butts. And this is especially helpful because if you are ever getting left side back pain when you're working in the computer, or you're maybe just sitting down in a car or doing something that you're seated in and you think it's just the sitting that's hurting you, it could be the position that you're in when you're cross-legged and your body just kind of stays tight. So getting you to feel both butts on a hard surface, just kind of wake up your brain's awareness for both bones, your right and left side. And sometimes that one side that's maybe needing a bit of TLC or isn't just getting rubbed the right way is needing that to happen in order for your brain to send off the alarm signals for your back. But also what happens when we're sitting either cross-legged or in a funky position is our torso also gets a little bit tighter on one side. So this is why we are going to do a twist. And when we do the twist, we are going to feel our butt and we're going to be mindful of the way our rib cage is moving. So we're just very ever so carefully going to take an exhale and just bring your left hand to meet your right thigh. My right hand is just going to kind of stay relaxed by my side, and I'm going to turn my head looking out to the wall, the window, or whatever you have on the right side. And then you're gonna breathe into the space on that left side. And it's really important here that you don't let your knee collapse inwards. So actually, for some people, it's recommended to just lightly put a bit of pressure with the right thigh into the left hand, and then the left hand presses into the right thigh. And as a result of that, you're actually engaging your oblique muscles on the side here. So the way my left bicep and left arm are engaging, supporting me, my left abs or left oblique muscles here are working. And that's what's allowing me to do this twist motion. And that is what's needed to actually help release some tension in the lower back, because this muscle is starting to work support in a good way, but also the right side is opening up and working in the opposite way. So whatever happens to one side of the body, there's always an equal and opposite reaction that just creates balance. And then after that, coming back to center, and then we're gonna do this to the left side. And if your left side is tight, you might feel, ooh, a little bit of tension. And if that's the case, just double check you feel both butts. And when I say feel both butts, make sure you're not sitting like this. You need to be slightly lifted so your heart space is open. And then going back to the other side. And then by doing the left side again, it might feel a little bit easier. You might have a little bit more room. And again, that gaze, you want to make sure that your head and eyes are turning and looking over there. Because if you watch the first episode about how sometimes our eyes can actually cause us pain, sometimes our eye muscles aren't actually working the way they could, or our eye muscles get tight. And so doing a movement like this that not only engages your core and stretches out the body, but also engages the eye muscles, this just gives your body exactly what it needs to stop some muscles from overfiring. And then coming back to center. Now the next thing you're going to do is grab a soft ball or a medium firm ball, and you're going to place it underneath your thigh. If this is too intense for you, you could also use something like a towel just to kind of give your body a little bit of sensation. And from here, we're going to lay down with our head relaxed on our arms like this. And then from there, once you're in that position, we're going to turn your thigh in and out like this. And the tricky thing is I don't want you wobbling around like this. Ideally, we want to keep the right leg nice and stable. And then from here, we're just going to isolate that left side. Then after moving your towel or ball away, and you're just going to lay down flat with your head down on your arms and just relax here for a second. It should give you more awareness and sensation to both the left and the right thigh. This is going to help balance out your hips in like a weird magical way. And then from here, I'm going to get you to sit back down on a ball or the bench or chair that you were on before, and just notice how you feel on both butts. And also then notice how you feel when you twist, if it feels a little bit different. What we've done is we've just improved the sensation to different parts of your body, and that in itself is changing the tension throughout your whole system. From here, what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our side shift and lateral stretch. So you're going to press your right hand into your right thigh. You're going to shift. Feel that stretch on the left side, breathe into that space, and then from here, bring your left hand slightly in front, gazing at your fingers. And then this is the tricky and next progress part is we're going to relax the arms, bend the right knee, and slowly roll down, feeling centered and strong in both of your feet to open up space through here. We want to think about this space expanding so we get more oxygen there. While the right knee stays bent, left leg stays more or less straight, and then slowly press through your feet to roll up. And then we're going to do the opposite side. So we're going to shift to the left side. Feel that right side open, gazing at your fingertips, and then bending the left knee, and then rolling down
and you should feel a really good stretch on this right side. And for this particular one, the right side is extremely important, this roll down motion. What it's doing is it's opening up the right rib cage, and as we open up the right rib cage, that actually can drop the left one, which is what we want to do, and it's going to lift the right side, creating more symmetry in the body. And then slowly rolling up. And oftentimes it can be surprising. We might feel a lot of tension on the right side around that back when we thought that our tension was only on the left side. Obviously everybody's different, but this can be extremely surprising because that's a sign of how your body sometimes needs TLC in the opposite part when your body's actually not giving you the signals. It's funny how that works. And just so you can see it from the side, and also then maybe it wouldn't hurt to do a second set, you're going to shift, feel that side lateral stretch, make sure you shifted properly and that you feel the weight distribution change in your feet, gazing at your hand as you bring it forward, bend the knee, that you're going down, make sure that your forehead and head are in alignment with the shin, feeling a deep stretch on the back, and then slowly relaxing your arms, feeling completely free, and press through the feet as you roll up one vertebra at a time. And then eye gaze nice and forward, body feels centered. The reason why this is so magical is because we're teaching the body to shift from the right to the left. And sometimes when we've got left side back pain, our body's stuck on the left side and we need to shift to the right side. We're going to go over a lot more progressive and advanced exercises to help you build up with this, but please make sure you practice these a few times in a row just to become more acquainted with these other parts of your body. Congratulations on making it this far. Most people give up, so pat yourself on the back, give yourself a thumbs up, and if you gave it a try or you have something to share, I'd love to hear about it. Comment it below and stay tuned for the next one.